It's been a fun rescue to see him come half starved and a tail that looked just horrible to a healthy, happy, and active horse, and yet he's so gentle. Hello farm friends. By the time you get home from work this time of year, you don't have a whole lot of daylight. But I think I'm gonna go for just a quick ride on Chief. I've never owned well, I shouldn't say never. I haven't owned white horses often. They sure are hard to keep clean. But anyway, I'm gonna go for a little ride. Poco hasn't sold, our mule, and people have been asking us if we would sell Chief, and I haven't really wanted to, but I thought, you know what, Blake's ridden him several times and others have, but the best way to really know what a horse is to ride it yourself. Blake can make any horse look good. I'm just gonna go for a little ride and see what I think about Chief. I don't know if we'll sell him or keep him. Those of you that don't watch our channel may wonder why I'm even thinking about selling a horse, but he was a rescue. He was one that we got off the Navajo reservation that was starved and not in great shape. His tail, look how good it's looking now compared to what it was when we first got him. Hopefully I can find a picture of when we first got him, but he was so skinny. He had patches of hair missing, and he had a little tail that had been chewed out because the other horses were so starved that were with him. We called one of them Pippi because she had such long feet. So Pippi Longstocking, they've now called her Afina, the new family that has her, and they do a great job with her. But anyway, this tail is about 100% better than it was when we got him.
That Palomino.
Like I say, the family that reached out to us, bless their hearts, the son-in-law had left, wasn't feeding the horses, not taking care of his own children, and so they reached out to me and asked if I'd take them, and I gave them some money for them just to help them out and to recoup a little bit. But now this one here is actually gentle. That's why he had a rope on him. I had made a little halter and led him up on the trailer. But the problem is, he's a stallion, that one's a stallion, and the paint is a stallion. Well, that means that these mares are getting bred whenever they come into heat, and they're not in a condition to carry a baby healthily, if that's a word. And so it's just really bad management. So right now it doesn't do us any good to separate them tonight. They've been together for who knows how long, but we will separate the stallions from the mares. He's itching, which means he probably has worms, so we'll get them dewormed. Like I say, he's dirty, but that's because it's been snowing and muddy, and but I'm gonna go for a little ride, but I've got to hurry and feed some animals, and like I say, I only have about 30 minutes of light, and this time of night it doesn't look like I should only have 30 minutes, but the sun goes down so quick. So anyway, while I saddle the horse, enjoy looking at the horses. Well, he doesn't look a lot better, but at least the chunks of mud are all brushed off, and we'll put a saddle on him. Some of you may wonder why he's penned up separate from all the other horses. And the reason is he was a stallion until just about 3 months ago. And he's so gentle and kind, but if I put him with the herd, he still likes to be the dominant horse in the herd. And so he really goes after the other geldings. So I don't know if that'll ever change, but for now I just don't want him hurting any of the other horses. So a lot of you have actually asked us about tack, and I'm no expert on tack actually. I just said we're gonna put a bit on. I'm gonna put a bridle on. The bridle is the actual head stall, the piece, the leather piece that holds it over the ears and stuff. And then that is a bit. And this chain is called a curb chain, and it goes under their chin. I'm gonna put this on now, and I'll show you once it's on. Okay, so this one, there's lots of different head stalls. This one here is kind of fancy, has some silver on it, and this little loop goes around the ear. There's tons of different ways to do it. This one's just a little different. And then it's got a bit with a shank on it. This is a shank. And as you pull back, it tightens this curb chain and applies a little bit of pressure. But he's got such a soft mouth, I don't have to put very much pressure, and he just responds real well. All right, Jasper, you need to stop barking at those pigs. Let me go show you the pigs. Jasper is so curious. He hears some sound over here, and I got a couple little piglets. Someone traded me. I loan out my billy goats, my male goats, and people give me a weaned baby goat. Hey, Jasper. They give me a weaned baby goat in return. Well, this year someone said, would you take some baby pigs as your breed feed for the goats? So I don't know that we'll keep them long, but they're cute while we have them. Well, I'm on Chief here, and we're just gonna go for a little ride. Like I say, the best way to really know what a horse is to ride it yourself, obviously. Like I say, Blake can make any horse look good. I have a brother who's that way, my brother Levi. I joke with him that he's got the touch of the master's butt. If my brother sits on it, the horse looks amazing. And Blake's that way too. I kind of want to see for myself what I think of Chief. So we're just gonna go on a little ride here and see for myself. Well, I'm impressed. Chief is a nice horse. Like I say, this is a terrible way to film. I need to get a GoPro. Well, we have one, but I need to have it with me. Or need to get a selfie stick or something. But I'm super impressed with how he's doing. And like I say, now I just have a better idea. And the better a horse does, the more you don't want to sell them, but also it helps you know what they're worth too. So I haven't decided if we'll sell Chief or not, but he's sure a fun one to have around, and it's been a fun rescue to see him come half starved and a tail that looked just horrible to a healthy, happy, and active horse, and yet he's so gentle and good. We've let kids ride him, and like I said, I've seen a lot of people ride him. I just haven't ridden him much myself, and so this is just fun to go for a ride. And one of my New Year's resolutions is to try to ride more often myself. And so hopefully well, I don't know if you'll see me riding more or not. Like I say, it's hard to video myself riding, but Vicky's not home from work yet, and she's a dental hygienist and works 2 days a week. Come here, dogs. So anyway, Vicky's gone. Casey's at basketball practice, and Blake has a game tonight at 7 o'clock. And so I'm trying to do chores and go for this ride in time to get done and get showered and go to Blake's game. So I'm excited to go to that. Maybe we'll even video a little bit of that and show you a little bit of Blake's game. Hopefully you've enjoyed coming along. It's been a short ride, maybe a half mile, but it tells me a lot about him. Just, he hasn't tried to go back to the house. I've been able to, because a lot of horses are barn sour. It means they want to go back to the house even though you don't want them to. I didn't have to keep prodding him away from the house. We're about back to the farm here. He's gonna go under this tree. And again, he didn't balk at that at all. The dogs just saw a rabbit and took off. Here's our farm here. And I'm able to just ride through the neighbor's vacant field here. It's been fun. So this time of year, it's hard to get in a long ride, but a short ride can tell you a lot. I think short rides are good for horses because they learn to like going out. I've seen people that they never ride their horse, and then when they do, they go for a 10-mile ride and they come back all lathered up and sweaty, and the horse is just miserable. And so pretty soon he or she doesn't want to be caught. They don't enjoy the ride. But it's like us, if we go for this is kind of fun. I'll turn this around. It's fun to see all of the horses waiting. I didn't feed them because then Chief would have been jealous, so he couldn't eat. Hey, Chief, you're not the chief anymore. You're just a gelding. Hey, stop it. Anyway, so it's like us, if we go for a short leisurely walk, it's enjoyable. But if you go for a 50-mile hike without preparation, that's not too fun. I hope you've enjoyed coming along for this short ride. And I wish others were around to video me, but that's all right. At least we got a video done today, and we'll go watch Blake's game. Casey's games won't start until the 25th of January. And so she's also playing basketball, but junior high basketball has a different season. So it'll be fun to take you along for some of those too. After this, I'll take you to the game. But thanks for coming along, and have a good evening.
At guard, number 12, Carter Ramson. At forward, number 13, Tyler Penrod. At guard, number 21, Dennis Johnson. At guard, number 24, Zane Johnson. And at forward, number 32, Blake Palmer. Offensive coach Terry Miller, assisted by Sean Hayden, Lane Miller, Sean Higgins, and Aaron Johnson. Tonight's officials, Randall. Cats with possession. That's on Tyler. On the net. There's Tyler back to Zane. Carter with the ball. That's the net. Tyler. Carter with the shot. No good. Rebound. Yetis number 3. Paul. Out of bounds. Passing Carter. Carter to Blake. Over the same. Back to Carter.
Get open.
Back to Blake. Blake to John.
Nice pass.
Carter with the left. Shot, no good. Rebound, Dan Johnston. 2 points.
Good job.
Jared with the shot. 3 points for Jared. Jack with the rebound. 2 points. Over to Jack.
Grab it, grab it.
Loose ball. Over to Carter. To Blake. Blake with the pass to Tyler. So by Tack.
Off the blue. Good job.
Got it for the Wildcats. To Jared. Over to Carter. Tyler. To Blake. Foul. Pass it back to Jared.
Look at Blake.
Pass to Tyler.
Nice. Nice pass.
Evan down the court. Pass to Jack. Jack, the shot, no good. Off the Yeti's Wildcat ball. Jack with a shot, no good. Rebound. Blake Palmer. Blake across the midcourt. Pass to Jared. To Carter. Pass to Jared. Jared's down the court. That's over to John. John with the shot. Pass to Jared. Jared with the shot.